What's going on, guys? Ben here. Today in this video, we are going to be walking through one particular trade that I have my eye on. I'm not actually going to give you a position targeting 150 to 200% on this call option. Let's go ahead and jump into this. What are we looking at? We're looking at PayPal. So PYPL. Now, PayPal is historically called Pain Pal because it just goes down and down and down, and it never seems to get any kind of momentum. Well, today I put on my chart the gravity zone, and this is one of my favorite indicators that we have. You can actually grab it yourself in the link in the description, but the gravity zone is signaling something here. There is a massive zone of volume that just accumulated. It has gone sideways. And what I also see here is a beautiful gap to the upside. So when we have two of those combined, that is a recipe for a potential really strong upside target. And so that is what I am going to be getting in on today. And I'm going to be showing you this call option. And so that is essentially it. Especially if we close right here. Now we have to close. Now I am kind of getting in a little bit early, so we do have a chance where it could do something like this, hit this resistance, and then come back in. Now what I like about this is we have the gravity line right here, which is basically it serves as a magnet. So what I would probably end up doing is just adding another position right there. Now, if it does break something like that at that level, potentially get out of this trade that I will be showing you. So where could we target? What would be a good target for this? Well, there's a couple different scenarios that I like. So I'm actually going to draw this trend line right there. And I also see the big gap right here as well. So this is about, I believe, an 8% gap. And that is the next available, really the next where any kind of volume has been. So I think, honestly, this big wide open space right here, if it breaks above this, I can see PayPal really start to surge and get in to the money quickly, especially on this call option. So we're going to be looking for a quick move to the upside. We don't really want this particular trade to just go sideways and chill out. In fact, you don't ever want that with options. And so this is kind of why I'm playing more of the call option side than more of something like a debit spread, which is what I actually showed you on the previous video. If you wanted to check that out as well, we had some really good debit spread trades on, and I mean, they're crushing it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you this with the option strat. Now we got to get some good feedback on this. And so I like to visualize, and I think this particular tool really helps, at least for me, visualize trades, because you can have a table, you can have a graph. It actually shows you how bad a trade could potentially be. So I actually was interested. I was actually looking at the debit spread with this, and I realized that, okay, it actually is going to have to move a little too much for me to actually really make anything. And so this particular trade, I wanted to implement just a regular call long option. And so that is what I implemented. And honestly, one of the reasons is because I saw this right here. So if you see, we're sitting right, this is where our current position is. So this looks a little bit confusing, or you're not really understanding this. Essentially, this just shows you what your percentage gain would be wherever the stock goes. So say the stock goes at $50, right now, this very day, we would be sitting at a 31% gain, right? And so so that is essentially what it'd be. So that particular case, that would have been $90. That would be $90 because the current price is $291.50. So if hopefully that makes sense to you. The actual trade that we are going to target is going to be right here. This is the June 18th. That is the June 18th call, and we are targeting the 50. So the 50 call June 18th. Essentially, I got to know, and then this will just give you the price. This is 15 minutes delayed, I believe, because we're not on the premium, but essentially you're going to be watching this at a later date as well, or a later time as well. So the prices will be a little bit different as well. But that's about what it costs right now for this. So that is the trade. That is the actual what we're looking for. Now, where is our range here? What do we want? Do we want to target 51? Do we want to target 52, 53, 54, 55? Do we want to maybe try targeting something up there to get one of these big, massive 210% gains? And that's what we all love. That's what all of options traders love. Now, I am going to target that gap. That is my big goal. That is the target. That is essentially where the line in the sand for me will be, because I believe if we actually can gap up here, it's probably either going to go sideways or maybe retest. And right now in particular, the S&P 500 is already at closing in on the all-time highs as well. So, yeah, so I really wouldn't be interested in, I mean, it could continue to run. It definitely could. And there is some major targets potentially that you could find up there. But really for this, this is what I'm looking for. So you see this big move right here and then go sideways, right? I'm looking for another big move right here and then probably is going to go sideways. So this is where we would want to target and potentially get out of this. So that is the trade idea. That's going to be what I'll be targeting here on PayPal. This is just a regular old call option. And like I said, this tool, again, this is one of my favorite tools that we've created. This is the gravity zone. And essentially what it is it's going to show you a nice zone. It's going to have a buy level, and then it's going to have a sell level. So you see this right here, this is the buy level. So anything above that, you're going to buy. Anything below the sell level, you're going to sell. And so you can see this big gap right here. And as soon as it started to go sideways here, we actually got our gravity zone. We actually got our particular gravity zone. And then this gravity line will move around as the price goes in and out of this, particular zone, because it's going to show you where the most volume has been. So pretty cool. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So what happens when it breaks out? Well, this is what will happen. This is what we would hope would happen is we break out and it goes up to next available volume. So, and honestly, the next big volume node, a decent volume node, would be somewhere in this area between 63 and 59. There's some bigger volume up there, but really the biggest one would be all the way up here at 70 and 66. So a lot of the times what you'll see is these especially trades like this, you'll see them kind of come up into these zones, right? And then they want to get back into something like that. So PayPal could, if it does, now again, we all know PayPal. So PayPal has just been getting just beaten to death. Honestly, I mean, it's been beaten to death. It was actually all the way up here. Let's actually move back, and it was all the way up to $310 at one point. So we're sitting at all the way down here. All the way down here is actually, at its really from 2017 prices. So it's been getting beaten down. So a quick 9%, 10%, 8% move here is not unreasonable, just because it has been getting just crushed so much. So that's the trade. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. If you did, give me a quick thumbs up. I would love to do more of these, especially as the market has started to kind of gain some momentum, and so we can find trades like this where we could potentially get some nice breakouts. So let me know if you have any questions or if you want any other trades. This was a call option. We'll cover more debit spreads and things like that as I find them. But for now, that'll be it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.